Why aren't Saints Row 1 and 2 on Nintendo Switch? I mean, look, it's a juggernaut. It's incredibly powerful, popular, and everybody and their dog seems to be buying a Nintendo Switch. So why wouldn't Volition want, especially Saints Row 2, which is the best Saints Row game on Nintendo Switch? I'm going to try to answer that to the best of my abilities today. And do I think Saints Row 5 will be on Nintendo Switch? Look, Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4 have already both been ported to Switch, and as we all know, there's a lot of logistical problems going on with Saints Row 1 and 2, especially with them. Honestly, whenever they get a question about remastering it, I think there are just too many problems. We saw on PC all the problems that Saints Row 2 has had, and they lost the source code for it a few years back. I know they found it recently, but still that would bring some problems for remastering Saints Row 1 and 2 and also porting those older games to the Switch. I mean, it's not a power issue. As far as power goes, like the Switch can handle it. It could definitely handle it. And I know, I mean, me included, being able to play Saints Row 2 on an airplane or just, in the palm of my hand anywhere I want would be a dream come true. And I know it's like that for a lot of you guys too. Now, I know maybe a lot of you are saying, well, okay, but Saints Row the Third Remastered was handled by Sparasoft, a third-party company. Yes, they could definitely do that, but they do have their hands full with Saints Row 5. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, I don't believe it, the leak was fake, it's not even happening, they're lying. It's coming, guys. They're working on it. I mean, come on, they're definitely developing it. They didn't just scrap it. Honestly, I would say it's probably Deep Silver Volition's biggest project they've had in a long, long time. So it's their biggest thing since Agents of Mayhem, and they're hoping that it really is a financial success. They really want to put all their resources into it. So while they could outsource it to a third-party company to help either Saints Row 2 and 1 get ported or remastered, I don't think it's their top priority at all right now. And for the amount of money it would bring in, like, look, I know you're tapping into the Nintendo Switch audience a lot, but the Saints Row name is already on Switch with Saints Row the Third and 4. So why would they give all these extra resources, hire another company to do that for them, when people can already play a few Saints Row games on the Nintendo Switch? Like, look, I want Saints Row 2 to be on Switch more than anybody. I mean, it's my favorite game of all time. I get it. But I'm just being realistic here as to why it hasn't come, and honestly, why I don't think it'll come on Nintendo Switch. Which is unfortunate because, I mean, playing as the boss in Saints Row 2 on a train would be sick. As for Saints Row 5, look, like I said, the Nintendo Switch is an absolute powerhouse of a console. And even if Saints Row 5 does come out in 2021 or even 2022, look, the Nintendo Switch, I think, is still going to be incredibly popular by then, and there are rumors of a Nintendo Switch Pro coming out. So I really do think that, honestly, they've also said that this thing is only in the middle of its life cycle right now. So yes, when Saints Row 5 comes out, it will be nearing the end of its life cycle, but I still do think it will be worth it to put it on the system if they can. Now, there's also here a power issue, because we do know that Saints Row 5 is probably going to be on the next-gen consoles. Now, do I think it's going to be primarily made for the next-gen consoles? Yes, but I do also think that they need to put this thing on PS4, on Xbox One, and if they're putting it on those two, why not put it on the Switch if you put Saints Row 4 there? And I get it, the game is probably going to be more powerful, but like I've said the million times on this channel, Volition wants to make as much money as they can from this game so they can stay afloat and keep making games for us. So I really do think that they do need to put it on the Nintendo Switch. I really do. I think if Volition decides to make Saints Row 5 only a PS5 and Xbox Series X game, that they'll be missing out greatly, and I do think it would be a mistake. Now, some of you might say, well, if it's optimized for the next-gen consoles, then it's going to be a better game. Yes, but you're also slicing off a huge player base from the Nintendo Switch and people who haven't upgraded to the next gen of consoles yet. So I do think that it should be on Switch, just like it should be on PS4 and Xbox One. Just imagine that for a second. Imagine being able to play Saints Row 5 on the go wherever you want. How sick would that be? I mean, it's amazing. And think about it this way too. Look at it like The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 on PS4 and Xbox One is not the same as The Witcher 3 on Switch. It's a little bit downgraded on Switch, which is fine. It's still completely playable. It's still an amazing, fun experience. Maybe that's what they could do with Saints Row 5. Because honestly, if The Witcher 3 can be ported to Switch, then Saints Row 5 can be on Nintendo Switch too. I really do think so. There's no reason for it not to be. Alright guys, that is it for me today. Let me know, do you guys think Saints Row 5 will and should be on PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch? Do you guys also have any realistic solutions for Saints Row 2 especially to be on Nintendo Switch? Please let me know if you do, because I would absolutely love that, but I really don't see it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.